And that's how you unlock a caravan with a wooden spoon and a TV remote. In this video, we're going to talk about caravan and motorhome security and what you can do to limit your risk. As consumer demand goes up for caravans and motorhomes, so does the theft. And absolutely nobody wants to end up like this guy. Some of the statistics I'm about to take you through now are absolutely terrifying. Statistics say that there's roughly 500,000 caravans on the road at the moment, and reports say that roughly 2,800 of those get stolen every year. That means that there's about a 1 in 179 chance of getting your caravan stolen. Caravan or motorhome theft is something that we're never ever going to be able to eradicate entirely. So here we're going to take you through the best tips and tricks that you can do to protect you, your family and your caravan. First one, and probably one of the most common ones, is wheel clamps. Now these are exactly what it says on the tin, so it's literally a clamp. So it's normally got 3 arms fitting tightly around the tyre and wheel to stop any unwanted movement. It's normally made of heavy duty metal, steel or something like that, and that's used to resist people being able to saw it off. And you will have seen them on the side of caravans. They tend to be bright yellow, which tends to be sort of like an instant visual deterrent from any would-be thieves. Next on the list, leg nut locks. So these locks just simply fit onto your caravan's corner steadies, and once they're in place, they secure the legs in the down position, so pretty much making the caravan immovable. Most important thing to remember, these they tend to be sold in singles, but I think whether singles or doubles I think would be absolutely fine. Once again, these are things which you would have on top of other things just to create the biggest possible deterrent. We were lucky enough on our caravan, because of the model and the year, that ours came with a Caravan Tracker. So it's a GPS tracker. So how it works is once the alarm's set on the caravan, if there's any movement or it senses anything like that, then we get a phone call saying, are you in the caravan? Is everything all right with the caravan? Just giving you a heads up to make sure it's all right. So ours is a 2020 Swift Elegant. I think on Swifts that have got Swift Command have all got that functionality as well. Now we're going to talk about axle wheel locks. An axle wheel lock is inserted through an alloy wheel and is attached to the caravan chassis. Then a locking plate or an insert is fitted through the wheel into the receiver to essentially prevent the caravan axle from rotating. Many modern caravans are advertised as wheel axle lock enabled, and therefore come the receiver for the axle lock. Some caravans will come factory supplied with both the receiver and the locking plate or insert, so that's essentially a complete set. Next device is a caravan hitch lock. So these are really simple devices. So once again, it's a unit which prevents the handle of the front of your caravan being lifted. A lot of the time as well, they'll provide dummy balls to go inside your hitch. It just stops anyone or anything being able to attach the tow bar to the caravan and being able to drag it away. Now, once again, a lot of these times, a lot of these things are highly visible, and that's because they're acting as a deterrent all the time. Next thing we're going to look at are door frame locks. So these are additional locks for your recreational vehicle door. So they screw into the door frame, and once you've done that and you've attached it, you need a gap of 5 mil, it always says. So what happens is you screw it in. Once you've closed your caravan door, then that's just an additional thing which slides across, which you can lock as well. The most important thing with the Caravan Security is make sure that all your devices are really visible, because ultimately, a lot of the time, most thefts are opportunistic, whereas, for example, if they can see that you've got all this security on there as well, it might just be enough to put them off. And if it's not enough to deter them, it's about making sure you've got enough faith and enough trust in your insurance. So when we got our caravan, we were recommended to a company called Ripe Insurance. And they were by far the cheapest quote that we had for our caravan and our pitch. So we'll put a link for them down in the description as well. Watching the amount of caravan videos that I've watched over the months and over the years, we hear people talk about security loads, but what you don't hear enough people talking about is caravan safety. The first safety device that we're going to talk about is a fire blanket. So, whether it's cooking on a barbecue, whether you're cooking in a pan in your caravan or anything like that, what happens is if the fire gets out of control, you take it out of the bag and then you put the blanket over there and it starves the fire of oxygen. Also as well, you can use that if somebody's clothes get set on fire. They can wrap themselves tight in the blanket, drop and roll. Another thing dead similar to your fire blanket, and that is a fire extinguisher. Now, what I'd want you all to do is, if everyone that's got a fire extinguisher, just pop a comment down below for me, because I reckon there's loads and loads and loads of people that don't have fire extinguisher in the caravan. You know, it was only when we started thinking about this video that we went out and we've ordered one. Apart from that, we didn't have one. In terms of safety as well, another one is your smoke alarm, and also your carbon monoxide alarm as well. You just always make sure that they're on and they're working. I remember when I was younger, there was an absolute horror story about a couple of, you know, people that fell unwell because they were asleep in a static caravan of the Nans, and they were in the living room, and then they, you know, got carbon monoxide poisoning. And for the sake of just not having some AA batteries or AAA batteries, it's just make sure you've always got them turned on. See, that's the thing with caravans. You know, there is quite a lot of scope for, you know, for theft or for fires if you think about, you know, cooking, barbecues, kadaks and things like that, which brings me on to my next point, which is if you've got a kadak and you like cooking on a barbecue, check out one of these two videos.